And here we go. Game 1, round 1. What better way to start 2019 than with a Scandi against FMJ Duque? Let's play Queen A5. Play this variation. This used to be my main weapon in the Scandi. I've got a new board layout, as you can see. Actually, I think I used this before. I'm just reverting back to it. A little bit more contrast in the board itself. Okay, let's take. Bishop b3. All right, I'll play knight d7. Usual plan is queen c7, castles queenside. Hey, Vanquisher. Hey, Chessy Bus. Hello, Feed Me Pie. Okay, let's play king b8. This is all normal stuff. And now let's play... Yeah, let's play bishop d6, and usually they're going to pivot this knight here. Okay, he's going to go h4 first. Yeah, okay, so let's play h5, and then on knight f4, I'm going to play bishop h5. Wow, it's been a real long time since I played this variation. Knight takes h5, c5. You sack this h-pawn, but you get quite a bit of play. I had a game, I want to say, against Josh Friedel in this line many, many years ago. 10 plus years ago. No puzzle rush today, Vanquisher. Okay, bishop f4. I can take and then play c4 is interesting. Although there's bishop takes d6 in between move. So maybe not best. Yeah, it's an interesting juncture. Okay, I'm going to take, and then I'll debate between this. Yeah, probably should take on d4 after that. Let's do that. Okay, so if e5, he's going to go probably knight d5 or rook c4. Could play knight c5 here. Knight c5 is certainly a possibility. Let's do it. Okay, take. I'm expecting rook d1. In which case I might play rook c8. Knight d3 is not landing. Knight takes b3, just a takes b3, and c2 is covered sufficiently. So, yeah, rook c8 looks correct here. Still down a pawn, but some nice play here. Threat of taking and ganging up on c2. I got to keep pieces on board, though, because this h-pawn could be a problem in the endgame. Thanks, K9. He says, good luck, John. Appreciate it. Okay. So queen a5, perhaps. I don't think I want to play knight takes b3 yet. It looks premature to do that. Knight d3 not landing. a5 is kind of interesting. Just trying to get that bishop to move. Knight e4 is another candidate move. Like knight e4, queen c5, perhaps. Let's play a5 first, though. I don't want to think for too long here. I'm already down a significant amount of time. Daniel, thank you for subscribing with Twitch Prime. So, looking to play a4, a3, weaken his position. Okay, queen c4. I wasn't expecting that move. That feels kind of loose. And queen e5, maybe? Queen e5, rook e2. Queen c6, perhaps. Queen c6 is kind of interesting, too. I'm going to play that. Eyeing up the h1 square, also trying to prepare b5 and then a4. Or just a4 directly, actually. a4 is now a threat. Yeah, queen c4 looked quite suspicious from a tactical point of view. And I don't even know if this is the best move. It very well may not be, but white has a lot to think about now. And MPAT45, thank you for subscribing with Twitch Prime 2 months in a row. Okay, plays a4. Okay, let's start with check. Now I could take and then take c2 with the bishop. But I think I want to keep more tension. So I'm going to go here. Threaten this and also this. Windows is trying to give me updates right now, so I just snooze those notifications. Yeah, this is awkward for white. Not over anything by any means, but it looks awkward. Knight d3 could also be a threat. Not quite yet, actually, because he could take with a rook. Time controls 3 plus 2. 3 minutes, 2-second increment. 10 rounds. Knight d3. Wow. Okay. I'm going to play the obvious way. And then take here. Probably should have banked the exchange there, but running out of time. Really don't want to draw, but I don't really know what else to do here. I'm going to play it out. This is definitely risky, though. Can hide his king. Okay. Centralize. His g3 pawn was hanging. I should have taken that. Man, I don't know what's happening here. Oof. This is confusing. Playing for checkmate, though. He might have a hard time stopping that. He's got one check on the back rank, and that's it, and then rook a1 is coming. I think I'm winning here. Guys, my heart is pounding right now out of its chest. I know you can't see it, but wow. That was wild. I was probably incorrect to go for the win there, but hey, it's the first game of 2019. I said in my tweet for this that we got to start 2019 with a bang, so there you have it. Okay, queen d4 was a nice defense by him. I missed that move. Right here. That was a very clever defense. Do I have some way I can just win outright in this position? Not that I see. Yeah, I thought I was going to win material by attacking his queen and also his rook. But queen d4, on the other hand, allowed him to defend. And then I was scrambling. I should take on g3. I think I missed the g3 pawn a couple times. If I take on g3, then I'm threatening queen takes b3. That looks really nice. Yeah, I could just take the rook. I also should have done that in hindsight. Just take here. Oh, especially since he's pinned. Oh, that's a huge oversight. I don't know what I was thinking there. Yeah, just take. I got too fancy. He can't even take back because of queen takes. For some reason, I thought he was only losing the exchange, and I was trying to play for more. Yeah, you guys are right. All right, hey, a win's a win. Let's put the score up on the board. 1 for 1. You can see this down below, too, right by the player names, what score they have, but this just makes it a little bit clearer, so I'll keep that updated as we go along. Okay, so let's check out who's in this tournament. We got Hikaru, he's streaming. Alireza Firouzja, okay, this guy just had a couple of monster performances at the World Blitz and Rapid in Russia. Wesley So is playing. Yeah, a lot of strong grandmasters as usual. Andrew Tang is playing. Yeah, some other streamers. Georg Meyer. I think Hammer is playing somewhere. 366 players. Wow. This is a big Title Tuesday. I guess a lot of people have time. They're off of work. They're just relaxing at home. They didn't party too hard last night for New Year's. So they're going to play Title Tuesday. Or maybe they did party too hard last night for New Year's. What else can I say about this game? Yeah, it was a wild one. I kind of forgot my theory around here. But there is a line where you give up the h-pawn. And then you play c5. But I feel like I didn't get as much play as I would have liked. For a blitz game, though, I think this is a reasonable position. Queen c4 just felt wrong from my opponent. Like, that move feels very risky to me. Maybe he should play bishop c4 instead. That looks more stable. Then he can try to stop b5. I'm not threatening knight takes b3 anymore. So that looks like a better idea. One game left for this round. And it looks like a uber draw. Rook and bishop against rook and bishop with opposite color bishops. That's a tough one. Is that line unchessable? It might be, but not in my repertoire, pass pawn. Because my repertoire on the Scandi unchessable is with the queen d8 Scandinavian on move 3, not the queen a5 variation. All right, and we do have a draw here. Round 2 coming up, guys. Ronda dos. Let's do it. Hey, Zazumas. Okay, this guy's tough. What am I going to play against him? Let's play knight f3 on move 1. This is a very underrated FM. I think he's a big Benoni guy. I'm going to try to play a bit different of a move order than maybe he's used to. But yeah, this is a strong guy. Young player, I think. Faced him in Arena Kings. Let's play like this. Take with the queen. Thanks, Fight Calmly. This is good luck, John. Let's just play rook d1. Black might play for d5, or they might just play knight c6, yep. Okay, maybe stick the queen on f4, just to try to be a nuisance. And he is okay with the trade. I think I will take that trade. For one thing, I love trading queens. Not that I'm not trying to play in enterprising fashion, but I get to trade the queens with a tempo. Maybe bishop d6 now before he gets a chance to break. That actually looks like a pretty good idea. Oh, there goes my fan again. I was hoping that wouldn't happen. It's not as bad as it was when I was streaming at 60 FPS, though. I turned it down to 30. Okay, b3. b3 or knight e5. Knight e5 is kind of interesting, too. Knight e5 might be just better here. I think I like knight e5. He has knight f5 ideas. Ooh, okay. I should be aware of that. Yeah, I should probably play b3. Knight f5, just put the rook back here. So if d5, I can take. That seems wise. Like so. Possible endgame incoming. I would say this is a queenless middle game right now, but there might be some more trades if black plays d5, which black might very well want to do. Fountain's Edge says, my 5-year-old knows John. All right. Nice. Well, shout out to your 5-year-old. Ooh, nicely played. Bishop a6 was completely unexpected. That's just a good move. That wins material. That's very well spotted, because I have a problem here and here. Yeah, I gotta sack the exchange now. I might get one pawn for it, but not looking good. I completely overlooked bishop a6. That's a hard move to see because it's an in-between move. And I just played a capture, and it seems like black would just take back, but he was on the ball. My next OTB tourney will be in February. Mid-February, Minnesota Open. Nothing major planned yet, though. Okay, my opponent's spending quite a bit of time here. Takes with the knight. Well, clearly I have to take that. Okay, let's block. Okay, so I at least get a pawn for it. If g6, maybe e4. Ideally, I'd like to get my rook to the 7th rank with tempo, like hit the knight, hit the pawn. I do have to watch my back rank, so I'd like to play king g2 and get rid of the pin at some stage. Okay, he's actually inviting me in, a little surprisingly. Okay. So I think his argument is that he's just going to play rook d8, basically. Which is a pretty good idea, actually. Okay, so let's get out of the pin. And if rook d8, I think I'm going to play rook c7. And then if he plays the rook down to d1, I do have check. Although then he has knight d8. He does have knight d8. Okay. I'll have to think about this. If he plays rook d8, he's really burning a lot of time. Plays rook c2 instead. Okay. I feel like I should maybe pin him. Let's do that. Just to kind of stop this. And if he moves the knight, I can take a7. Okay, let's take. Okay, I'm going to play actively now. Attack his rook. And if rook down, I have knight c4. Okay, let's go here. This might be trouble for him. Oh, he offered a draw. I don't think I can take this draw. I definitely don't want to. I'm going after f7. I'll let him take a2. I want after f7. Okay, this feels like a puzzle rush style tactic to eventually mate or something. Let's go here. Threatening this. I think I have mate in 2, guys. Mate in 2 with the knight controlling the flight squares. All right, let's go, guys. I just somehow managed to turn the tables there. I think he got a little too fancy with his conversion. He burned a ton of time after he won the exchange. Like, he had 2 minutes, 8 seconds here, and he spent almost a minute on this move. Maybe he got distracted or something. So, I think he missed a good opportunity with rook d8 right here. I think rook d8 right now just makes a lot of sense. And then if I play rook c7, come down, attack the bishop, and I could give a check, but knight d8, and that's going to force a rook trade, most likely. Well, I guess I can go here, and if he takes, I do checkmate him, but it feels like the back rank situation is not good for me if he plays just something like that. All right, I'll take it. Not the cleanest win, but I'll take it. Let's take a look at Hikaru's game and update the table. 2 out of 2. And Foundation's Edge, thank you for subscribing with Twitch Prime. Appreciate it. I'm over 200 subscribers now, so really, really appreciate you guys supporting my content. Thanks so much. I've had a lot of great streams recently. Hikaru just won. What happened here? It was a rook endgame. He had a really dangerous A pawn. Yeah, he was up a pawn. Yeah, with the king in the center like this, it's tough to defend because you can always try to free up the rook with check. So I'm guessing that's what happened. Yeah, a7, you can see Hikaru didn't even bother to recapture because this king is stuck in no man's land. Here, check. Also, famous trick, famous idea. If the king goes here, trying to stop a rook check on the 8th rank, then white has this, rook h8, another common device. And then if black takes this, you have check and the skewer and you win. Pat K74, thank you for subscribing with Twitch Prime. Yeah, and hello to everyone in the chat. Trying to catch up on the chat throng. Let's put another game up here. Maybe this game. Thanks, Little Pause. Thanks, BreakDoc. No, Khaled, I did not. I was very responsible last night. I knew I had to play Title Tuesday today, you know. I'm not going to go too crazy. Hey, Yvonne. Shout out to BGH, one of the mods. BGH says, I love the streaming schedule of late. It's been so fun. Yeah, I've had some time over the holidays, so been able to stream a lot. Hopefully I can keep that up. Who else do we want to check out here? How about one of the chess mood guys? Sharp position here. Looks like black is close to losing, but not completely simple. There's some checks. Is black going to take the bishop? No, black played that. I don't know about that move. Don't know that you want to give that check. Yeah, because now black runs out of checks, and this is coming. Throng said, I bet you 1 point you won't read this message. Well, you just lost. Miguel, you got banned from Hikaru's chat? What did you do? Yeah, Happy New Year, Charles. Shout out to NC2. Says, how lucky am I? First time on Twitch and you're live. Thanks for watching. Do I think I'll get a game versus Hikaru? It's possible. I mean, this is probably the best time. We're both 2 out of 2. Perchik asks, Chessable app coming in 2019. If it comes in 2019, it'll be at the end of 2019. We're a little ways away from an app yet. Play Chess at Work, thank you for subscribing with Twitch Prime. Thanks, Benny. Says, John, your hair/beard combo is looking great today. Thank you. All right, how many games left do we have in the round here? Yeah, Chessmood is some sort of company with a lot of Armenian players. I think they do instructional content. I'm not completely sure. Three games left in the round. Okay, don't get mated if you're white. Like checking if the king were to go. Actually, no, sorry. The knight controls that square. That's not a threat. White should be winning here. Maybe king g6. Invade with the king. Push this to the pawn. Yeah, white's definitely winning. Snazzy, thank you for subscribing with Twitch Prime. Do you still keep contact with Andrew Tang? When were you his coach and how long? So I was his coach from, I'd say like 20, let me think about this. Maybe like 2012 to 2015 or 16. But I wasn't his only coach. He had a couple coaches. But that's when we worked together for a period of about 3 years. And I do still keep in contact with him. Yeah, I see him fairly often at tournaments. And I just followed his results at the World Blitz and Rapid, which is fantastic. He was over there playing that. We're on the Minnesota Blizzard together. We play in tournaments around here. Minnesota Open, Minnesota Closed, stuff like that. Hi, John. Are you planning to play against viewers sometime soon again? Yes, I will do that. Yeah, those streams have been really well received, and I've also really enjoyed them. It's been a lot of fun to play you guys. Been sticking with 3+2 against viewers. I think it's a decent time control. My only misgiving is sometimes I can't get to everyone. Actually, most of the time I can't get to everyone in a given stream, but I do my best, and yeah, I'll continue doing those streams. This is straight out of 100 Endgames You Must Know, yes. And it is a draw with the knight in the center of the board. King in the center of the board, I should say. So even though white is confined to the back rank, can't win this unless you mess up as white. Okay, so that game was drawn. Oh, and look who I'm playing. Speaking of Andrew, okay, let me think what I want to do. Let's play d4. I think he changed his avatar. I think that's him and Magnus. Awesome. This pairing was just meant to be. He must be AFK because he wouldn't normally spend 15 seconds on his first move. Okay. Play QGD. Andrew and I have played so many Queen's Gambit declines. Like, really, really a lot. He'll play Knight BD7 here, I'm pretty sure. Just over the years. This has been, I think, by far the most common opening between us. Let's take. I could take and keep this real simple. I think I will. I'm going to take and go here. Just try to put pressure here. Big thing against Andrew is just avoiding getting ridiculously low on time. And also playing halfway decent moves, because obviously he's pretty good. I can try to stick the knight on e5, but I think maybe better to try to just make some inroads on the queen side. So I'm going to go here. castles. Let's play rook b1. Yeah, let's go ahead and play b4. And I think I'll try to get my knight into the promised land. Knight or queen. Could play a3 first, just kind of a stabilization move, so the pawn's not hanging. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, queen c5 maybe. Let's play queen c5. John, thanks for the 100 bits. Okay, and now I'd really like to go here. But maybe first I need to play this move to control d5 a little bit better. Also, maybe make way for this. Yeah, I was going to say, he's probably going to try to attack me on this wing. That makes sense. So f4 is sort of in the air. I think I should still try to get this knight in here. So I'm going to do that. f4 now could be interesting, but I think I'll play knight e5 if he does that. Because he's threatening bishop h3 if I take. So, yeah, knight e5 looks appropriate. And now maybe take. Yeah, taken if he takes, I have knight g6. Go after the rook. Also, his queen can't really go to a good square. His queen g5, I take it. I could play queen g4, but then I take and maybe play h3. It gets back to g6 then, but that still looks good. Yeah, definitely take. I'm thinking about rook over now. I think I like that with the idea of f3. Prep f3. CP, thanks for the 2,300 bits. Wow. Appreciate it, CP Snell. Okay, knight h5. Yeah. Could be problematic. Thinking about queen e5. Queen e5, knight f4, g3. But then I get mated. Might need to play h3 here. h3, queen g6, though. Problems. Okay, let's do this. This might also be problems, but I'm going to do it. Knight g5, maybe. Yeah, this is trouble. I think I'm busted here all of a sudden. All right, I gotta do something really rash. Try to hide the king. Can he play queen g2 here? Wow. That's nice. I gotta let him do that. That's a beautiful checkmate. Yeah. Wow. Nicely played, Andrew. I actually saw that when I played rook f2, but I didn't know what to do about it. Because he's threatening the rook and he's threatening mate. It's like a puzzle rush tactic. I don't think there's a defense. Because... Oh, I could take on f3. I could take on f3 here. No, but then I just lose a piece. If takes, take, and he's threatening mate. Yeah, that was nice. He got a lot of counterplay on the king side in a hurry. Right here. I think I have to play something like f3 right away. Yeah, f3 immediately in this position. Take and take. And then it's harder for him because he is pinned on the rank here, or on the file here. GG, Andrew. Yeah, I think this position's already pretty bad. If I play rook g3, I run into check. The only other thing I was thinking of was like right here, and actually I probably should do this in hindsight. I should take, and take, but he takes here. I think then I'm just worse because the knight is in a really bad spot over here. I had to play like queen c5 and try to survive, but it's not pretty. Oh, he was away from the keyboard at the beginning of the game? That makes sense. So very nicely played. Hikaru won. Let's check out Wesley So. See how he's doing here. He is winning, it looks to me. Just king e3, stop the pawn, or bishop back. Yeah, no problem, Autumn. You got to allow a pretty checkmate like that. I mean, I would want to be able to execute that checkmate if I found queen g2. Yeah, Wesley won. Ooh, Naroditsky's playing. Let's check Danya. This is looking very drawish. He's trying to grind out a win here, but this is definitely a draw. Not enough material left. Problem for black is you can't ever really take this pawn without allowing just a draw. King and pawn against king, but with it's a rook pawn, so easy draw. Daniel, thanks for the 500 bits for the coffee fun. Appreciate it, my man. Cheers. So let's check out the standings. A lot of players on 3 out of 3. This is a very big Title Tuesday, like I said. Over 350 players. That number tends to drop a little bit as the tournament goes along because people withdraw. That's why it was at 366 or whatever it was earlier. Hey, hop in the DeLorean. See what other games are left here. By the way, if you're wondering in that combination that Andrew pulled off on me, if I didn't play king takes g2 at the end, instead played king g1, it works out to the same thing because king g1, rook f1 check, king takes g2, bishop h3 is checkmate. Some creepy questions in the chat here. Let's check out this game, this queen endgame. Okay, so black is trying to promote this way. This is a tough one. These queen endgames are always difficult to assess. Now black's threatening queen g2, trading the queens. Yeah, with white's king in the center, this is tough for white because the threat of a queen trade is so high. In such a position, you'd rather your king rather be in a corner somewhere to hide from the checks. Because constantly white has to worry about getting skewered or black responding to a check with a check, forcing a queen trade. I am 32 years old. Thanks, Chess Dominant. Oh, let me update the score here. 2 out of 3. 2 out of 33. 2 out of 3. Hey, Riemann Hypothesis. John, will you ever commentate for chess.com? Yes, I think I will. I was briefly on the World Championship coverage with Robert and Danny. Hey, Skull Knight. Let's take a look at another game. Okay, white is dead winning here. I do, Throng. I do play the Lee Chess Titled Arena. I didn't play it this last time, but if you go look at my YouTube channel, you'll see that I still play it. See you, Spazola. Thanks for stopping by. No, I do not have any kids. Not married, no kids. This game is over. Black managed to win that. Okay. This looks like a draw. Queen and bishop against queen. Yeah, unless you win the white queen, especially with the king in the center of the board. Black's not going to be able to win this. Definitely looking like a draw. Black's trying to deflect the king away, but I don't think they're going to succeed. Thanks, Oliver. No, I don't, Luke. I just locally record it. Thanks, Saxy90. My New Year's was good, PVT Vega. Yeah, it was just a small gathering with some of my friends. It's over at my buddy's house. Nothing too crazy. We're playing games. Redfish, thank you for the subscription. Redfish Blue. Ooh, white's trying to mate with 2 knights in this game, but this is a draw. This actually happened in the World Blitz Championship recently. There was a game where one side was very intent on trying to mate with 2 knights, and the arbiter intervened, and eventually they agreed to draw after some discussion. You can mate with 2 knights against king, but it's not forced. So as long as the defensive side doesn't blunder into it, you can't force a checkmate. So for all intents and purposes, it is a draw. I played Andrew in the game that was just completed, Milos. It was quite a game. You should check it out if you watch this later on the archive version. John, how often do you get recognized when you go outside? Hardly ever. I mean, chess is still not big enough where I'm going to get recognized when I walk out on the street. It happens like very rarely. It's happened a couple times that I've been recognized. I actually got recognized in a Starbucks one time, which was, I think, the height of my recognition as a chess player, like for that to happen. Yeah, see here? This is why it's not forced. So white gave this check here. Now if black went to the corner, they would get mated with knight f2. or knight c7 as it is, but they played king f1. That's this endgame in a nutshell. So this is probably soon going to be drawn by the 50 move rule. No, it wasn't a Starbucks barista. It was just someone who watches my videos and happened to be at that same Starbucks I was at. Just total chance encounter. Maybe the fact that I was at a Starbucks helped. Ecstatic Broccoli, thanks for the 100 bits. Says Happy New Year, John. Yeah, you too, Ecstatic Broccoli. Hope it's a good one. Khaled, you gotta cool it with those questions, man. That's a pretty pointless discussion. So we're still waiting for this game to finish. When was the last capture or pawn move? They're on move 183, so it's got to be close to the end here. Have I ever played at a Starbucks? Yeah, I've studied chess at Starbucks before too. Whoa, did someone resign this? Won by resignation? What? What happened there? Okay, this is a tough fourth round pairing right here against Georg Meyer. Playing all the Arena Kings, guys. Yeah, that must have been a misclick. It resigned instead of draw. That is pretty brutal. Okay, let's keep the bishop. I guess I'll just take. D4, really? I didn't even know D4 was a move here. Instead of captures. I mean, Meyer, he knows what he's doing in these lines, so I will defer to his knowledge. D4. So if E4, knight D2, I guess, is the idea. I could just take. I think I will just take. Takes with the queen. Okay, continue developing. Just play bishop here. Play fast. Yeah, I don't know if that was a mouse slip or not. I really don't. That's unclear to me. I would probably say no. Again, I defer to Georg's knowledge. Okay, let's just castle. Jaja, thank you for subscribing with Twitch Prime. Doesn't it make you confirm the resign button? It does as a default, but you can disable that. Okay, looking at ways to attack the white queen. Could also play something like queen a5, I think makes sense here. Let's do that. Which coincidentally also stops knight f5. You can just take. Oh, Georg said hi there. Rook e8. He's getting ready to expand. Knight e5 might be a decent move here. But he just plays queen b3. Don't really see what I'm gaining from that. Okay, I'm going to attack his queen and see where he steps. I'm down on the clock. Hey, Mr. Magic. Georg is not streaming. Okay, interesting. So he's going to try to expand with his E and F pawns, I think. Like, he could play f4 here, and I'd have to figure out what to do, because then g4 is always in the air. Okay, he plays queen c2, a little more conservative. Could try something like queen c5 in this position, but then that just allows him to develop. Bishop g6 maybe. Let's do bishop g6. At b4 I can actually take it, I think. If he takes, I take his rook. My queen's not quite getting trapped. Okay. Yeah, this is like a standard sort of position for this line. Let's hop the knight in. Queen b3, maybe. Plays b4. Okay. Can I take, or is this crazy? Probably it's not good. Yeah, I think that'd be a little too much. Let's swing over here. Because if I take queen b3, I'm going to get pinned many different ways. Bishop g3, maybe knight e3. Nah, knight e3 is not working. Okay, let's go here. If f4, I can do this. Yeah, I gotta check that game, Ecstatic Broccoli. Ecstatic Broccoli saying Hikaru won with a queen d8 Scandi at the World Blitz and Rapid. I feel like my position is pretty good here. I mean, reasonable, that is. My time, on the other hand. Let's jump in. Okay, let's stabilize. Could think about f4 here. Try to crowd my queen out, banish it. Okay, take. Try to play actively here. Going after his dark square bishop. He's getting low on time too. Okay, again, still trying to play actively. I'm looking to attack f2 in the end. Let's take. Okay, he's letting me keep this. Let's go here. Okay, let's take and give a check. Oh, man. You can just push. I panicked there. I didn't know what to do. Yeah, that's over. He was controlling d2 with his bishop. I should probably get my king closer. Yeah, I think something like this. Get the king closer, try to stop the pawn. Bishop f4 was a good move. Then I can't stop the pawn anymore. That's a bummer. I think my position was pretty good, though. But time. Big time problems. Maybe I shouldn't take the knight. Maybe I should just get behind the a-pawn. And, you know, something like this. I do lose a pawn, but this pawn's pretty dangerous. It's hard for him to stop with his pieces over here. But not too bad. So good game, Georg. Yeah, I think the middle game was all right. Knight e4, I'm getting some decent activity here. c5. c5 was a key move. Otherwise, I think I'm a little too loose facing the bishop pair. Yeah, and I think he didn't take a7 because he knew that I was going to go bishop c5 was the issue. And then go after the f2 pawn. And losing f2 would be a pretty big deal for him. So I think he wisely took here. Yeah, and this was basically just a time scramble after this. Okay, those are the breaks. Let's take a look at Hikaru's game. He won again. He's on 4 out of 4. Certainly going to be one of the front runners. Faruja won. He's on 4 out of 4. Let me update the score. I'm on even, 2 out of 4. Wesley So, draw. Looking for other familiar faces and names. Vlad Dobrov. Whoa, black has a lot of pawns here. This looks winning for black. Can't stop both these pawns. Several games still going. Is Duda playing? Jan-Krzysztof Duda. He got second in the Blitz World Championship. I don't see him playing, no. I don't see him in the mix. Hey, Galadian. Good to see you here. Why doesn't Magnus play these chess.com tournaments? I don't know exactly. He doesn't play them too often. He's had a very busy schedule lately, so it makes sense that he's not in there. Okay, this should be a draw, I would say. Maybe not. Maybe not. Yeah, I think white wins. Yeah, because white gets to keep this knight on f5 stabilized. I thought black was going to be able to play h4 somewhere, but that's not going to work. Doesn't seem like it. Just king g6. King g7. Okay, now they're going to play king g6, triangulate. Yeah, that is winning. Take h5, king h... Oh, okay, king f6. Yeah, and then the king gets to... No, it doesn't. King f4. King f4. This is tricky still. Okay, pivot around to g6, a little further from black king. That's good thinking. And now white's just going to do this. Also, the f4 square is controlled. Nice. So black actually would have to go forward and then just king g5. That's nice. Good technique by white. Here's one of the last games. Looks like a total draw. That's a pretty ironclad fortress right here. Black's not going to lose those. Is this the last game of the round? We have some really weird people in the chat today. Yes, you took the words out of my mouth. My mouth, transoxe. People like spamming, like asking really creepy questions. Usually my chat is pretty good. It's honestly probably the same person doing it on multiple accounts, but you never know. I think this will be a draw. Well, okay. Rook, check here, and then take the bishop is threatened. Ooh, which white can do now. You don't want to promote right away if you're white. Yeah, you want to go take the bishop. Okay, now it looks like white should win. Take, rook a4, rook d8. King b7, rook b8 check. That just means you're growing on Twitch? Yeah, possibly, club. Yeah, white will win here. Here is a look at the standings. Still quite a few players on 4 out of 4. I don't see Andrew, so he must have drawn or lost. But yeah, Hikaru is still perfect. Okay. Playing Andres. Let's play d4. No, you're good, Gambit man. Let's play Samish. Knight ge2. I enjoy these positions for white for the most part. Queen b6, queen d2. Now they can try knight h7, and white is best advised to go bishop h4, I believe. This is not a line I've looked at least recently, but it is interesting. Black can try g5, but then you take. If they take on b2, it looks scary, but you just play rook c1. And actually, white's close to winning there, as I recall. f5. Aggressive. Okay. Could take that. I could play bishop d3 or bishop e2. Bishop e2, f4, though. I should probably take it. I think takes is called for. Okay, let's take. Bishop here. Develop with tempo. Getting ready to castle. And if c4 after castles, I can play bishop f2. Okay, so he gives a check. So bishop e4 probably. He's blocking his dark square bishop, which I think is something he doesn't really want here. I can play bishop g3 maybe next move. Yeah, bishop g3 looks pretty good if I get a chance. Any thoughts on coming back to the Archives series? Yes, I would like to. Tasty Burnt Cake. Like to do that. I have some ideas for YouTube in 2019. It's mostly a matter of time, how much time I'll have to implement them. Okay. So I could do something aggressive here. I could take and play queen h6. That's actually pretty interesting. Take queen h6, queen takes b2, take g6. Maybe black's holding on there. Could also just castle, something like that. Just castle short. Taking is really tempting, though. Take queen h6, queen takes b2, I take g6, bishop g7. Don't really see the follow-up after that. Could also just take and then castles. No, I'm just going to castle right now. Team Willow, thank you for subscribing. Okay, let's take like this. This is the idea. So rook e7 is most likely here. I can take d6. They might take on b2. Some trades. Okay, rook f5. Rook f5 I wasn't expecting. I thought rook e7 was better. Let's just take now. Bishop check, okay. And takes. Could play knight c4 or knight e4. Knight e4 maybe. This looks a little more aggressive. I know b2 is hanging, but queen takes b2, queen here. Looks pretty dangerous for black, so I don't think they should do that. And I like having my knight within range of this f6 square. Probably black should play something like king g7 now. I still like my position. Chessable needs to do a Grob section, says Team Willow. I don't know what our Grob resources are like. There might be some Grob repertoires on there. Okay, the opponent's thinking, so this is going to encourage me to play for the initiative. He's thinking a lot. Okay, knight there. b4 is an interesting move here. I'd like to check, but queen takes is the problem. b4 is pretty interesting. I'm going to try it. Like a radical undermining move. Maybe not a move black wants to face in time pressure. Okay, take. And if take here, I can take here, check, and then take the queen. Okay, Let's go queen c2. Okay. I'm going to pin the rook and go after b7. Pin. And now I have check. Check just wins some nice material. Yeah, this is busted, I think, for black. Go here. Queen e2, I have rook e1. And just pile on against the pin piece. Black's queen out of play. This we can just take. Check. No need to look for anything more complicated. All right. Yeah, black's position was difficult to play with kind of an open king. b4 is a fun move to play. So really exploiting the pin on the bishop here. And my idea is if queen takes, then I can play this check first. And if bishop takes, there's take here check. I win material. And if the king moves, you don't want to take the rook because your queen is hanging, but insert this capture, then take. Black can take a1, and I merge up a piece. Black's got 3 versus 1 on the queen side, but white should be winning here. Yeah, that was a fun one. I think rook e7 was more critical, though. Maybe a less natural move, let's say. So right here. I thought rook e7 was just better, though. The idea being if bishop takes d6, black is still on the knight, so they can play rook takes and then take here. Interesting game. Let's take a look at a top game if we can. Checking out who's at the top here. Okay, some of these games are over. So on 3 out of 5. Longreeve, thank you for subscribing 8 months in a row. Says, have a great 2019, John. Yeah, you as well, Longreeve. Thank you for tuning in. All right, got a minute here. I'm going to run to the bathroom, guys. Be right back. Okay, so the tournament is halfway finished. I'm on 3 out of 5. Let's take a look at the top standings once more. So 3 players are perfect, 5 out of 5. An FM, an IM, and a GM. Hikaru is on 4.5. Lots of people on 4.5. Wesley So, Naroditsky. Yeah, some strong GMs. Faruja's on 4. Andrew's on 4. Big Fish, I think that's Fedoseev. Georg Meyer on 4. Okay. Amin Bassem. Yeah. Strong player there. Nah, FM, IM, GM's not suspicious. I just like that symmetry of the titles. It's still very early in the tournament. DMU 2000, thanks for the 1,500 bits. Says, thanks for all the great YouTube content. Well, thank you. That's a very generous bit donation, so thanks, DMU. This is an interesting one. Black definitely pushing for the win here. Rook, bishop, and 2 connected pawns. So the big question is, can black escape the checks? Because if black gets a chance to check white, they should be winning with bishop e3. Some stalemate defenses might be possible in this, but doubtful. Because as long as black keeps the pawns here, it doesn't seem like stalemate's going to be a viable thing. Oh, okay, maybe with this one. How many spots get paid? I think top 3. I think top 3 get prizes. Okay, so queen f2 check. No, queen e4. Queen e4, can black play h2? h2 takes rook g5? Maybe not, okay. Alright, so now queen f3. Queen f3 would have been a nice stalemate resource. Queen f3, king h4, queen takes h3. No, there's king f2. Maybe queen f3, king h4, queen g3. I think that's a possible stalemate resource. Let's see if that happens. King g4? No. Yeah, I think queen g3 was working, because queen g3, king h5, queen takes h3, and definitely black's not going to win that anymore after you eliminate the h3 pawn. Whoa. If takes, there's check, and then promote. Wow. Queen g7. Oh, but h2 mate. Wow. Look at that checkmate at the end. Yeah, even right at the end, white had this move. Queen check. And stalemate, whether black takes it with the king or the bishop. And if here takes, and again, black's not going to win this. Wow. Picturesque conclusion, though. White got mated despite winning the rook. That's surprising, because white had plenty of time. White had 45 seconds left here. Did they just not see? I think they saw that the bishop was pinned. They probably thought black's idea was bishop e3. Yeah, queen takes g2. Well spotted, Niklas. That also is working. Okay, playing Bogdan Deak. That fat kid. That's a username, by the way. That fat kid. Thanks for the 1,200 bits. Says Happy New Year and good luck. Yeah, same to you. Thanks, man. Happy New Year. Okay, Bogdan Deak. Let's play like this. I usually take here. Let's give the check. Play e3. How do I want to do this? Okay, let's play bishop e2. Castle. So black has the bishop pair, but I'm fully coordinated. Let's go a3. Black takes. Interesting. I'm going to take with the queen, I think. Maybe knight e4 now. I'd really like to stop black from moving this knight. I want to be able to take on c7. Just kind of asking black how they're going to complete their development here. Okay, a4. Or a5, rather, looking for a4. I don't know. I'm just going to play rook fd1. Okay, I'm going to go here. I wonder if black can play b6, but I think this should work out well. Okay, he goes back. So he's just going to sort of crouch here. Knight here, maybe? Attack the pawn. This is interesting. Black's very cramped, but it's not easy to breach their position. Okay, let's send this in. And I'm thinking about supporting this with f4. Belgian Novice, thank you for the 9 months in a row. Said Happy New Year's wishes to everyone. Yeah, thanks, Belgian. Same to you. All right, so now I feel like I should switch to trying to move the f-pawn up the board. Maybe start with bishop f3 here. All right, I'm going to back this off. Still like my position, but the time is going to be a factor soon. Let's go here. Okay, let's swing this over. Take some space. Okay, I have a very small amount of time, obviously. Okay, let's pin. Lose f4. That was not part of the plan. That was not part of the plan, losing f4. Or whatever pawn I lost there. Yikes. This is not good. I just played way too slow this game. Yeah, there's basically no chance here. Man. D3 should be working. Yeah, anything is good here for black. Yeah, I'm just going to resign. This was a bad one. I spent too long in the opening, and he just played fast. And he had a cramped position, but eventually it worked out. I kind of got forced backwards gradually. Bad loss. Definitely my worst game of the tournament so far. Let's see when he started playing on the king side where I could have played better. Yeah, I started crawling forward. I mean, g4 might be a little loosening. But if I'm going to make use of my space advantage, I have to break through eventually. So it felt like I should start moving forward. Maybe I should try to organize e4, but like I could play e4 right here actually if I want, because this pawn is defended by the knight. e4 and then f5, that's probably the better way to play it, something like this. Oh yeah, especially with my rook lined up with the queen. Don't know why I didn't really consider that. I mean, it does weaken d4. This is also not super clear, but this looks more incisive. John, what is your highest Title Tuesday score ever? I think I've scored 7 a couple times. 7 out of 10. I don't think I've scored higher than that. I could be wrong. Let's take a look at Hikaru's game. He drew. Who else? Indian Lad. Indian Lad beat Wesley So. So very good result for him. Narditsky and Petrosian. Petrosian won. I guess because he's going to play king over and then take this pawn. 2 connected pawns. Faruja. Faruja has queen against 2 rooks against second life. Oh, skewer. Okay, but no big deal. Take d6. This is complicated. This is really complicated. That hits a bunch of different pieces. Yeah, rook takes e4. Good move. Probably bishop d5. Keep this bishop stabilized. No, bishop f7 going after g6. All right. Sharp stuff. Black might have to bring this rook over. You hate to break coordination if you're black. Whoa, rook a3. Wow, that's a nice move. Because if the rook's captured, rook takes f7. Black's playing for the win. I don't know how wise of an idea that is. I guess I can still play rook a3, yeah. Maybe now draw? Faruja says not so fast. What is happening here? Check, king b5. The king's going to escape, right? Oh, take, okay. Man, it's so hard to predict what's going to happen here. Why not go to c6? I don't get it. Okay, there we go. Comes back. Yeah, black would love to play bishop g7 at some point without dropping this rook. And this is just a minefield for both players. Thanks, Ecstatic Broccoli. I'll see you later. Thanks for watching. Oh, rook d6. Nice. And then rook f7. But it might still be a draw. Very drawish. He had bishop d6, I guess. He could have tried bishop d6 there. But maybe he was worried about the c-pawn. Yeah, it should be a draw now. This is a total draw. Blockade. Wow, this is a complex one. Game drawn. What a fight. So your standings, Rafa Nadal, very strong I am. I think I've seen them up there in the Title Tuesday standings before. 6 out of 6. Some players on 5.5, and probably a bunch on 5 out of 6, including Hikaru. Hey, Tom Walker. So I'm on an even score. Just played a game where my time management was absolutely terrible, especially compared to my opponents. But we'll do better. Round 7 coming up. Starting any moment. And here we are. AMA 18, WIM from Iran. The Iranian players are really strong. I'm going to go for a Scandi again. Iran is a very strong chess country. Up and coming. Led by Firouzja and Parhamov. How do I want to play against this line? Let's play bishop f5. Usually they go knight g3 and then f4. f3. f3 is a little weird. Okay. That might have been a mouse slip. I don't know. Okay, let's drop this back because you usually want to go bishop d6 and try to attack down this diagonal. So let's do this. Okay, I'm going to castle this way. And if f5, I think I can just take here. Because if white takes there, I take back and white's all pinned. So that shouldn't be good for them. Okay, so queen e2. Now h5, h4 is always a tempting idea in these positions. h5, f5, h4. But first let's play this move. Just as sort of prophylaxis against f5. I think I'm still going to go for this, even though I might lose the dark square bishop. It's a pretty strong idea. And d4 will be undefended. Harry the h-pawn, that's right, RPG. Harry's rumbling down the board. Knight g5. All right, let's continue. And I think I'm going to play h3. Let's open this up. Okay, c5 comes to mind, as does taking. Taking and maybe knight f6. Yeah, let's take. And go knight f6. I don't think I mind losing that dark square bishop once again. I think it's relatively okay. I can check and stick the bishop in on g2. I don't really see what that does, though. Can also play bishop h5. Feels like there should be some opportunity on this diagonal, but I'm not really seeing it. Don't want to think too long here. Okay, let's check. Yeah, let's play bishop g2, just see where that rook goes. Not sure what to do here. All right, I'm going to play kind of caveman style. I'd like to eventually do this and then h2, but my bishop is hanging in a lot of lines, so that's a problem. But maybe I can back the bishop off and try to threaten that. That's sort of my thinking here. So white covers. Makes sense. I don't really want queen e5, so I'm going to do this and then maybe go for g5. Let's hide the king. Bishop e6, bishop d5. I still don't want that trade. Let's get the king a little further over. So again, I'm in time pressure. Gotta watch a7. Try to put the knight on f5 next. Wow, white takes it. That was a bit of a surprise. Okay, let's try to open this now. Got this bishop all the way down on g2, which I'm not quite sure what it's doing, but it's doing something. I'll put this back here, is the plan. Now I need my queen to get in the way. I need my queen to eventually get in. It's not going to be super easy, though. This feels quite dangerous for white. Maybe not if they have rook e1. Rook e1 possible here. Rook e1, queen g6, though. I think maybe I should have hid my king first. I need king a7 before I really do anything drastic here. Let's play that. I'm down 2 pawns, but I'm attacking. check. Oh man. I thought my queen was defended. Oh my gosh. I don't know what I was thinking there. Just take on g4 instead. I thought my queen was defended on f1. Oh, that's brutal. Yeah, queen takes g4, and I'm still doing pretty well, I think. That's what happens when you get low on time, guys. You eventually make blunders. Yeah, I think it was the phantom bishop on g2 from earlier. Somehow made me hallucinate. Yeah. I just thought, okay, I check here, white has to play king g3, then I check g2, and then I take h2. And I'm doing well still. Oof. Yeah, I think I overthought the position once again, like right around here. I should probably just play some stabilization move, like maybe knight d5. It is a complicated position, but I think getting my bishop all the way into g2 actually created more problems than I really needed to make for myself. Okay, so 3 out of 7. I have my work cut out for me in these remaining games. I started out 2 out of 2. Hasn't been good since then. Let's take a look at... That game's over. Clunessa. Clunessa won. Against the leader, Rafa Nadal. So 2 games left in the round. Donchenko and Berardino. Okay. Black trying to hold a draw here. Looks like it might be a fortress. Yeah, white's not going to get in anywhere here. So black's just going to shuttle the bishop. White's got to work their king around to these squares. But yeah, it actually looks to me like black has a fortress in this position. I don't see how white's going to break through. Galadian says, it's great you can laugh off something like that. Yeah, you got to. Sometimes you just got to laugh, guys. We're all playing chess for fun anyways. Tom Walker, thanks for the 100 bits. Comeback bits. Thanks, Tom. I need them at this point. So this game is over. I think that was agreed drawn. This is the last game of the round. This looks winning for white. Maybe not. The king can defend from h6. Knight f3, king h6. It's precarious for black. Knight f2 maybe. Knight f2 to e4, but now the king does come to h6. So how to break this down if you're white? Not trivial. Black trying desperately to defend that pawn. Belgian Novice, 500 bits. For the first stream of the year. Thanks, Belgian. Yep, first stream of the year. It's going to be a good year, guys. Thanks to everyone watching today. This might be a draw. Because it's hard for white to put black in Zugzwang. And I honestly don't see how white wins that g5 pawn. Yeah, you can try to send the knight to f7. That's a good point. But I think black will just play king g7 at the moment that the knight is threatening to go there. And then what do you do? Because if your knight's on, say, d6, you bring it back to e4, but black will have king h6 in time. Yeah, or black can put the king on g6 if black's able. Okay, we might see this plan now. Knight c6, let's say. Okay, bishop e3, only move. I think white's just moving around at this point, which is not a bad strategy because there's not a whole lot else to do. Try to get black to blunder. Keep black low on time. Here are the standings. Clunessa in first place, 6.5 out of 7. I don't know who Clunessa is. Anybody know? Tigran Petrosian, Indian Lad, Hikaru, Rafa Nadal. Lots of heavy hitters on 6 out of 7. Okay, now white's way far away from the pawns. But no harm done. Yeah, thanks, Luke. Have a good flight. So 3 rounds left. I'd like to get a positive score, so I can still try to sneak in there with a positive score, but... Whoa. Somebody lost on time? Black loses on time. What? The endings to these games are just so random. Like that king and 2 knights versus king game where I think the guy with the 2 knights actually resigned, or maybe the guy with just the king resigned. Playing CM Durin. And he plays the pseudo Trumpowski. Okay. So this player's on 3.5, which is quite good given their rating. I need to get a win. This is how I generally like to play this line. I'm going to keep this knight here for a moment because I might want to play knight c5 and knight c6. I'm thinking about it. Like if white castles here, I actually think that's a pretty good plan. So let's do it. I think I've equalized in this position. White might play c4, but then this knight comes out. Feels fine. The queen's a target on d3. It's probably about even. Okay. So take on c4 perhaps, take on c4, or take d4, then take on c4. Let's take this way once. Just see how white recaptures. Tempted to take here. I think I will, because they can give me hanging pawns, but I think put the queen on a6. It's a little rickety for white in the center. If they take with the knight, I'll still play queen a6 and pin white. Okay. I like this position. White has an isolated pawn. I can play against that. And most importantly, my time is good. Attack the d pawn. So now the queen is defended, so white could unpin this knight. But trades, when you have an IQP, an isolated queen's pawn, trades usually are not in your favor. White would like to keep pieces on board, but yeah, I think I'm doing pretty well in this position. Knight e5. Okay, so he is going to trade. Now I should probably take the queen. Yeah, take the queen. And then on rook takes d3, could just take e5. Could also play just rook c8. But I think take here is easier. Let's take the file. If rook c3, I'm thinking knight d5. It's annoying for white that they have this weakness on a3. Because white would like to play rook c1 maybe and dispute the file, but you can trade, take on a3. Okay. So let's invade with the rook now. Looking at knight e4, just rook c8. Trying to think if there's some value in playing knight e4, but no. I think just here, just so white can't play rook c1. Okay, so rook d1 instead. Okay, let's play knight d5. And if rook d2, maybe bishop g5. Try to further weaken white. I'm willing to induce f4 because this bishop is kind of awkward on that square. Okay, he plays that rook there. Don't think that'll change my decision much. Nah, still do it. Okay, and actually, if f4 now, I have knight e3. Or if takes, then f4, I have knight e3. Or is there a problem, actually? If check, king e1, take, that's curious. I hope I'm not overthinking this, but knight e3, king e1, I take d1, they take c2, I take, king takes. Wow, that's actually annoying. Okay, I think I should just retreat. Because this bishop is still experiencing problems, f6. And I still have knight e3 as a threat, but it's just nice that my bishop's not hanging. And if I had played knight e3, king e1, knight takes g2, king f2, and I still have a couple pieces hanging, I didn't like that. So just trying to be practical. Okay, take. This bishop's running out of squares. That might be a good move, though. Okay, let's just keep pieces on the board. It's nice that I played h6, so rook c8 doesn't bother me. Okay, knight there. Rook here. Take. Here. Almost trapping that knight, but not quite. Okay, let's check like this. Okay, take. And then pin. Now I'm threatening this. Let's go here. I can look for bishop g3, and then I'll be threatening mate. Yeah, white has to move the knight now. It's very close to mate. Knight e4 might be forced. Knight d5. Knight d5, I can just take it, though. Yeah, it's pretty easy, I think. Rook's defended. Easy is good. Easy is always preferable. Okay. Yeah, there were too many tactical problems for white, ultimately. Some funny stuff, though, like here, knight e3 just looks winning, but king e1, and I'm actually not completely sure about it. Unless I was missing something here. Because the crux of why I don't think this is winning is this line, take, rook's hanging, bishop's hanging. And if I take g2, like I was saying, king f2, and multiple pieces hanging. So I think it's good I didn't go for that. Tom Walker, thanks for the 100 bits. He said, okay, 1 down. Yes, that's right. 4 out of 8. Thanks, Tom. See if we can catch a game here. Hikaru up 2 pawns against Clunessa. Looks really, really difficult for black to hold this. Maybe black was debating whether they could take on a4 there. But bishop e4 was probably going to be the answer. Okay, now Hikaru's probably going to try something. If he goes here, that's probably 3 times repetition. So what's he going to do? a5? a5 bishop c4, though. Did Hikaru mess this up? a5 bishop c4? Okay, he's going to go for the pawns, but now it feels like black definitely should draw this. Bishop takes d3. It's 3 pawns for the piece, but these pawns are not that dangerous yet. So should be possible for black to draw. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. Yeah, I keep forgetting to close the other panel on the board there. There should be a way to disable that. I don't quite understand, because sometimes the boards pop up and it gets shifted a little bit. Sometimes it doesn't. If anyone knows of a way that I can avoid that in the future. Because for a while I was able to load multiple boards and it didn't change the capture area. Okay, and they did draw the game here. Yeah, Hikaru lost the a-pawn. So that's a big game for Clunessa, because Clunessa remains tied for first and has already played Hikaru. I mean, not like any of these other guys are. Much easier pairings, but they're probably happy to draw that game, being down 2 pawns. What's going on here? Vasily Korchmer. This looks like a draw. It's actually a perpetual. That's pretty funny. Check here, and you can't go to c1 because you get mated. So it's just a straight draw over here. So white was up a bishop and a pawn, but it didn't matter. And black didn't even take the g4 pawn. Interesting. Zuma says, no, only way I see people get around it is to always have 2 games open and use that capture frame. Yeah, I used to do that. I should maybe go back to doing that. Like have an analysis board open at all times, just so it doesn't mess it up. I think I might want to do that. Let's check out Parhamov's game. Parhamov drew with this strong FM. I played this guy before. Trim Tizos. This Greek FM, they're pretty good. This game is in progress. Looks like black is winning. Yeah, black wins. Pulpon wins this game. Okay. All right, Ehrenfeld. Let's stick with d4. I've been playing d4 with white the entire tournament. So sticking with it. This is a big game here. A win would get me to 5 out of 9. But let's just try to play good chess. Okay, I'll play bishop e2. I think I'll castle. I'll maintain the tension for a move. See what black does. How they go bishop there. That's interesting. It's probably a good plan. Okay, here. I'm expecting take knight d4. I'll go bishop d1 and then try to evict this knight. No, knight e7. All right. Black thought better of it. So maybe b4 because I think I'd like to get this advance in sooner rather than later. This knight might be coming around to g6, but I can play g3 if I need to. Black's a little ways from being able to play f5. Okay, c6, undermining. Take it maybe? Or h3 just to force a resolution in the center. I don't think I like taking very much. b5 perhaps? Let's go b5. Curious if black will take or push c5. Mostly I don't want this knight coming back around to c6 and then into d4 after a trade here. Okay, let's play g3. Don't want knight f4. Okay, let's go here. If knight g4, I have knight g5. I think that's important. So h6, no nonsense move from black. Makes sense. All right, I'm going to go here. Try to cover the g4 square a little bit. Also maybe prep queen e3. Now possibly knight a4 before black puts the knight here. f5. Okay, black's going to open it up. Let's take that. I want to do this next. Queen f6, rook c7, probably. The c7 square is where I'd love to infiltrate with my rook. Could also try to play b6, rook c7. That might be a decent plan too. Definitely have to watch my king side though. Okay, knight d7 hitting the pawn. Bishop f3. Let's do it. Now e4 could be a problem. Yeah, that is a bit fragile. Okay, I'm going to come back with the knight. Time once again. Maybe knight g2 next move. A knight g2, e4 though. Okay, let's come here. So if e4, I can play bishop g2. Capture. That surprises me. Knight d4. Knight d4 is coming. Yikes. Okay. That is a strong knight right there. I think I just need to get rid of it as soon as possible. Stop knight g4, definitely. Okay, let's invade. Did not see that that pawn was hanging. Let's take. Gotta stop knight e4 business. I want to win b7, if possible, but I need to protect my king too. Check. Oh, yikes. Oh, yikes. Run. Run. What's going on here? My king is attacking. That's what's going on. Let's continue attacking with the king. Okay, I agree to draw. I don't know what's happening here. Rook f5, queen takes g3. King f7, queen b3. It's a complete mess. Okay. Man, this was sharp. I don't know what to say about this. So here black's threatening checkmate. If I queen, rook takes g2, king h1, rook h2, king g1, queen g2 mate. So this was just scrambling, and yeah, I don't know what's going on here. Knight e7 checkmate would be nice if the knight could legally move. Tom, thanks for the 100 bits. Says a spirited, messy draw. That's right. to get to 4.5 out of 9. Yeah, this is just a mess. Yeah, the knight is pinned at all times here with the king on h8. But maybe black could throw in king h7 somewhere and try to set that up. But I guess then I might be able to take g8 and queen, although my king is always so unsafe. Go 2006. Says Happy New Year, John. Go for that GM title in 2019. Thank you, Grant. I appreciate it. Shout out to Go 2006 in Charlotte. Hope you guys are doing well. Also, whoa, Anonymous donated $200. That is a very large donation. $200 USD. Hope you have a great 2019, John. Hey, thank you so much for that. The support recently has been overwhelming, totally overwhelming. $200. That's a really nice way to start 2019. So thanks a lot, Anonymous. Really, really generous of you. Thanks. I'm glad my poor performance in this Titled Tuesday has not dissuaded you guys from supporting me. Yeah, really great donation. Okay, let's get a game up here. Clunessa and Petrosian is a draw. Indian Lad 1, so Indian Lad's going to be in the lead here. Is Hikaru still playing? Hikaru won. All right, and final game. Anonymous, this is for you. Let's do this thing. I'm on 4.5. Would like to get to a positive score. Started off strong today and hit a real rough stretch in the middle of the tournament, but we can still make this a good end. Okay, I'll play this dynamic line, bishop e4, then pull the bishop back. How do I want to play against this? Let's take like this. Tom, thanks for the 100 bits. Says all in for the last game. Thanks, Tom. Oh, my score is off. Oh, yeah, you guys can't see that. I won't fix that right now, but you're right. Can I play this? I think I can actually do that in this position. Knight takes, and if they take g6, I take d2 in between move. So probably he'll take here and then play g3. But then, I'm not sure what's happening there. That'll get interesting. Yeah, check. Okay, so the big question here is, can I play bishop takes g3? I probably shouldn't. I probably should just play something like bishop f6 and go after d4. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. I'm up a pawn here. So let's just do this and try to counterattack this pawn. I don't think bishop takes g3 was working out. Okay, so succeeded in keeping an extra pawn. I hope. h4. Just play h5. And I think I'll go queen b6 next. Castle queenside. Yeah, let's play queen b6. Hits the queen, hits d4. If takes, I'm very happy to take and open the file. Okay, so queen a4, keeping queens on. Can force the trade. Maybe knight a6, though, first. Knight takes d5 is a threat. I should be aware of that. Okay. I'm going to castle. he wants to go to f4. Makes sense. Could play bishop e4 with tempo. Let's do that. Bishop e4, bishop f3, perhaps. Bishop a5, I was just wondering about that. I mean, the rook is still hanging. So maybe I can go here. Because I think the idea is queen a6 and then move the knight to attack my queen. But I think this is a wise idea. And then I might be able to get my knight to c6 even. Or give a check here. Actually, check next looks pretty strong because white can't block without allowing f4, b4 rather. Thanks, Chess Crab. Says go John. Thanks to the 250 plus of you who are watching today. Once again, Happy New Year to everyone. Yeah, this position's looking really good. Yeah, he just resigned. Okay. Well, that was an unexpected quick victory, but yeah, black, I'm threatening this rook here, and if the rook moves, let's say rook h2 or something, I give this check, and white can't put a piece on c3 because I have this pawn b4 move. They can't go to b1 because of the strong bishop, so they'd have to go here and then check, and I guess they just didn't like this position, something like this happening, down 2 pawns. All right, so with that, let me put up my score here. 5.5 out of 10. I should probably adjust this. One second. That'll be kind of small. But we'll just put it right there. For consistency's sake. Yeah, Anonymous. Again, that was for you. You spurred me to victory with that very generous $200 donation. Thanks a ton. Great way to start the new year. Let's take a look at Hikaru's game. I think Hikaru is a half point behind Indian Lad. So Indian Lad, yeah, Indian Lad is leading the tournament. So this is a deciding game right here. Let's take a peek at it. Looks to me like black has some nice pressure here. So black's eyeing up this knight on f1. That rook is under attack, but queen takes e3 would be the answer, and that looks very dangerous. Whoa, what is this? Take here, but they take here, and you're on the queen? Wow. Indian Lad is going for it. He's all in against Hikaru. I love it. No fear. On 8 points. Thanks, Drowsy Numbness. Says, nice finish, John. Happy New Year. Yeah, same to you. Happy New Year. Tom Walker says, what a wonderful and entertaining New Year's Day. Thanks, JB, and thanks to the donors who threw down the cash. Yeah, the cash is just the cherry on it. It's always appreciated. But mostly I'm just happy to be here for you guys and glad you enjoy the content. Wow, this is getting real sharp. So queen h1 is the threat, and that's got to be mating. Yeah, queen h1, king f2, rook f3. Okay, Hikaru gives a check, and he can win the bishop with check too now. How does that affect things? King g7 maybe? Probably king g7. Just hide the king from further. Okay, rook e7, similar. I mean, this still looks extremely dangerous for white, despite being up an absolutely massive amount of material. Because your king is on the chopping block here, and I know it's Hikaru, but he's under 20 seconds. Ooh. Okay, black has perpetual now. But I feel like they can win with takes. Yeah, I think they're going to mate. Check. And then queen h2. Queen h2 is mate next move. Wow. Beautiful checkmate. An efficient checkmate. The rook is controlling the e-file. The pawn is controlling the f3 square. The knight is controlling f1. The queen is delivering check and controlling these two squares. Wow. Congratulations, Indian lad. Grandmaster Indian lad. Is that Vidit? Do you guys know if that's Vidit Gujrathi? I want to say it is, but I'm not 100% sure. I think he wins this. I don't think there's anyone who can catch him at this point. Yeah. The only players left who are on 9 games still have 7.5, so they can't catch him. What a game. Did Hikaru play? Okay, Hikaru played this b3 stuff. He likes to do this, especially in blitz and rapid. And he's quite successful with it, but yeah, it looks like black just sort of began advancing those kingside pawns. And played very boldly. This is roughly where we join the action. Rook takes e3. Yeah, that's well timed because if knight takes check, I guess white has rook f2, but then they run into g3. The pawn advanced g3, pinning the rook. So this led to tactical complications that black prevailed in. Very energetic play. Oh, it's not Vidit. Okay. Interesting. So we'll wait to the end of the tournament here. Let's check out Naroditsky. I know I'm kind of biased towards the streamers and people I know when I'm looking at these games, but I know you guys are also aware of a lot of these players like Naroditsky and Andrew and Hikaru. So I'm not trying to leave other grandmasters and strong players out, but you always have a little more of a connection to them when you watch them stream. Thanks, Gambit Man. This is sharp, but black looks to be well ahead here. Yeah, I think Daniel's going to win this. These pawns are way too strong. Just g2. And white can't adequately sacrifice. So Naroditsky's going to score 8 out of 10. That's a really nice score. Does that get him in the top? Unfortunately not, because Petrosian and Kenan Gureyev scored 8.5. But still, really strong finish. Captain Casanova said man in the chat. He must have been winning or had a really good position prior to that. Black has a majority. Daniel's very good at scrambling and exploiting resources. He's so good at that. That just looks like a sharp game with anything happening in the end game here. So what's left here? Another one of these endgames. Knight and 2 connected pawns against a bishop. Winning for white. We've seen this a couple times now. Ooh, knight d3 would trap the bishop. And then white can play king a4 after that. But this should win too. Who did the leader lose to? That's a good question. I don't know who Indian lad lost to, or if they had 2 draws. Thanks for tuning in, Longreef. Have a good night. Did white mess this up? Well, I think they're still winning, but this is not great technique. I mean, ideally you'd like to put the pawn on b6 with the pawn on a5 supporting it. Because now it's a little difficult for white to advance the pawns without losing first the b pawn and then allowing black to take the a pawn after that. Okay, but white figured it out. Yeah. Now they're going to win. Okay. So that game's over. How about Hammer's game? We haven't really taken a look at Hammer in this tournament. Hammer's on 5.5. And he's trying to draw against Steven Dedelis, 83. He's almost flagging here. Okay, white could push, but no, he's going to give a check first. And now push. Ah, when there's no checks. Oof. That's pretty rough. I think this is winning for white. King e5, yup. And now promotion, and with that king in the center, I don't think you're going to be able to... Yeah, because any diagonal check is just going to win. Yeah, this is over, unfortunately. Hammer maybe trying to set up a stalemate here, but I don't think that'll happen. Okay. So possibly a rough event for Hammer, too. He finishes on 5.5, which is, you know, not a bad score Untitled Tuesday, a positive score, but he usually scores 7+. John, are you going to keep broadcasting through the finals? I don't know what you mean by finals, but I'm going to end this stream right when this tournament finishes. Just taking a look at the last few games here. This is my opponent from earlier. She won. And this might be the last game. Rook and knight against rook. Yeah, this game doesn't count for anything, but we'll see if black can hold on for the draw. Yeah, Arena King starts in 2 weeks, I think. Next week, the Pro Chess League starts, and Arena King starts on Monday, January 14th. Season 3 of Arena Kings. Let's take a peek at the final standings. So yeah, it looks like these three guys are going to take it. Okay, this IM snuck in there with 8.5 as well. Possibly edged Kanan Garayev on tie breaks. Yeah. How did Andrew end up? I think it's updating. Andrew delivering that beautiful checkmate against me in the third game. I don't see him, but I might have missed him somewhere. Wesley So ended up with 7.5 out of 10. And that shows you how tough Title Tuesday is. Wesley So, one of the best players in the world, and good score, but not much margin for error in Title Tuesday, and you can definitely get knocked off by pretty much anyone in the field. Hey John, when did you achieve your FIDE rating? I would say when I was about 2,000 USCF, maybe a little lower even, but probably right around there. You can get a FIDE rating anytime now. You just have to play in a FIDE rated event. Andrew is Grandmaster Andrew Tang, aka Penguin GM1. I was just checking out how he did, but I can't find him. I don't see him here. Someone said he's playing Fallujah, which would be pretty entertaining. You guys should watch that. Okay, mate threat, but black didn't fall for it, didn't take the knight. Okay, black. Yep, black pins. I was going to say black has to be a little careful. And they're almost running out of time here. But just wait with the rook. And then give a check. Black is surviving. See you, Mr. Magic. Thanks for tuning in and supporting. Oh, Hikaru's playing Fallujah right now. All right. I still have some coffee left, remarkably. I'm thinking back on my tournament. I had a real up and down tournament. I mean, started out 2 out of 2. Then I lost that game to Andrew where I won the exchange, but I played horribly after that. It just allowed him all this kingside counterplay. And then the pretty finish. And then I had some really bad time management in the middle, especially that game against Bogdan Deák. That was not good. And this game was eventually drawn. Salvaged things a bit towards the end. So I finished in 111th place with 5.5 out of 10. And the total number of players at the end, 272, but I think we started with 366. Tough field. Tough field. Congrats to the winners, especially Indian Lad, who beat Hikaru in that final game. Pretty amazing final game, too. That was cool to watch. Tigran Petrosian, always tough. And I am Daniel Mielis Palau. Okay, so thank you guys for watching. I'm going to head out now. Happy New Year to everyone. Thanks for all the people who subscribed, donated bits. Thanks to Anonymous for the $200 donation. Super duper generous. Yeah, once again, the support has been just overwhelming the past week. And always is, to be honest. So thanks, everyone. Thanks, Tom. Thanks, Galagian. Bruno Rolla. Good to see you. Talk to you guys later. RPG, see ya. SPR Cow. Yep, Happy New Year. Zizumas. Yug. I'll be back streaming again very soon. Maybe towards the end of this week, I'm thinking. All right. Bye, guys.